3. Know all the good that individuals find, or God and nature meant to mere mankind. Reason's whole pleasure, all the joys of sense, lie in 3 words: health, peace, and competence. But health consists with temperance alone, and peace, O virtue, peace is all thy own, the good or bad the gifts of fortune gain, but these less taste them, as they worse obtain. Say in pursuit of profit or delight, who risks the most, that takes wrong means or right? Of vice or virtue, whether blessed or cursed, which meets contempt, and which compassion first. Count all the advantage prosperous vice attains, 'tis but what virtue flies from and disdains, and grant the bad what happiness they would, one they must want, which is to pass for good. O blind to truth and God's whole scheme below, who fancy bliss to vice, to virtue woe. Who sees and follows that great scheme the best knows the blessing, and will most be blessed. But fools the good alone unhappy call, for ills or accidents that chance to all. See Falkland dies, the virtuous and the just. See godlike Turenne prostrate on the dust. See Sydney bleeds amid the martial strife. Was this their virtue, or contempt of life? Say, was it virtue more though heaven ne'er gave? Lamented Digby, sunk thee to the grave. Tell me if virtue made the sun expire, why full of days and honors lives the sire? Why drew Marseille's good bishop purer breath, when nature sickened and each gale was death? Or why so long, in life if long can be, lent heaven apparent to the poor and me? 4. What makes all physical or moral ill, there deviates nature, and here wanders will. God sends not ill if rightly understood, or partial ill is universal good, or change admits, or nature lets it fall, short and but rare, till man improved it all. We just as wisely might of heaven complain that righteous Abel was destroyed by Cain, as that the virtuous son is ill at ease when his lewd father gave the dire disease. Think we, like some weak prince, the eternal cause, prone for his favorites to reverse his laws? Shall burning Etna, if a sage requires, forget to thunder and recall her fires? On air or sea new motions be impressed, O blameless Bethel, to relieve thy breast. When the loose mountain trembles from on high, shall gravitation cease if you go by? Or some old temple, nodding to its fall, for Chartres' head reserve the hanging wall? 5. But still the world, so fitted for the knave, contents us not. A better shall we have? A kingdom of the just then let it be, but first consider how those just agree. The good must merit God's peculiar care, but who but God can tell us who they are? One thinks on Calvin, heaven's own spirit fell. Another deems him instrument of hell. If Calvin feel heaven's blessing or its rod, this cries, there is, and that there is no God. What shocks one part will edify the rest, nor with one system can they all be blessed. The very best will variously incline, and what rewards your virtue punish mine. Whatever is right. This world, 'tis true, was made for Caesar, but for Titus too. And which more blessed, who chained his country, say, or he whose virtue sighed to lose a day? But sometimes virtue starves while vice is fed. What then? Is the reward of virtue bread? That vice may merit, 'tis the price of toil. The knave deserves it when he tills the soil. The knave deserves it when he tempts the main, where folly fights for kings or dies for gains. The good man may be weak, be indolent, nor is his claim to plenty but content. but grant him riches, your demand is o'er? No. Shall the good want health, the good want power? Add health and power in every earthly thing. Why bounded power? Why private? Why no king? Nay, why external for internal given? Why is not man a god, and earth a heaven? Who ask and reason thus will scarce conceive God gives enough, while he has more to give. Immense the power, immense were the demand. Say, at what part of nature will they stand?